Once upon a time, the infamous rover Reynardo plundered the floating isles. Then his mother called him to her deathbed. "Swear to me that you won't die on the gallows," she rasped. Reluctantly, he swore. And he whiled away his days at home with music, cards, and wine. But the Emperor had changed. He'd been good once, a shy, almost humble toad. He'd built universities. Then people started whispering about mass graves in the woods, midnight rituals, victims screaming. The Imperial Ravens would round up entire villages, and no one ever returned. The Ravens had come to Ubar scouting for ancient books said to be of great power. But the librarians had hidden the books, so they'd burnt the librarians. The citizens, outraged, had driven them off. The Ravens had come back with dropships. The kid had fled with one of those books. He was brave and dumb and wanted to join the rebellion. And Reynardo had promised his mother he'd protect him.
So, rebellions, armies, people with books. You know, why don't we just insert the Star Wars theme here? Why do I get the feeling this is going to be one of those games where we're just going to be sitting there looking at a loading screen for ages? Starting to wish I'd maybe splurged out a little bit more on this computer when I bought it, but I suppose it's better than what I had, so I can't complain.
The kid was looking down, watching his city burn. "Sorry, kid," Reynardo told the kid. "Look, if we give them the book, they'll leave you alone." "My mother died for this book!" "I promised her I'd protect you." "Oh, damn it." The kid had run off. With the book, of course. So Reynardo had to run after him.
Typical. Wow, this guy moves slowly.
The two Ravens were staring at the kid like he was their dinner, which probably was what was in their tiny brains. "Hey," Reynardo said. They cocked their heads at him. "Pick on someone as ugly as you." Wait, that didn't come out right. "For the Emperor!" The Ravens cawed and rushed at him.
It's always typical. You try and sound cool and you end up saying something particularly dumb. An enemy is about to attack. Use L and X to counter. Oh no, you don't. Oh no. Nice try, bub.
A dropship flew overhead. He hoped they hadn't noticed him. The kid.
Well, if it did fly overhead, I didn't see it. And off the side he goes. And you can go off that side. There, now everybody's happy.
Oh, right. The Gate of Heroes. Someone's idea of a joke, making the Skyship docks a gated community. You needed a hero's sword to open it. And the kid was on the other side of the gate.
Of course he was.
Who let you through? Promise me you'll take the book to the rebels, or I'm gonna steal your ship. I'm not taking that damn book anywhere, and neither are you. Try and stop me, laughed the kid. I bet you don't even have a hero sword. And with that, the kid hopped away. Had to hand it to the kid. He was an idiot, but he had guts. Where was Reynardo going to get a hero sword?
Oh, how about down here? With his conveniently placed chest.
And wind essence? That sounds about right. I'll need a workshop, though.
Oh, and one just happens to be conveniently placed here. There's crafting in this game, there is. So that's what the sword can do. That's what it does at its next and current level, and that's just what we need to craft it.
A hero sword. QED.
Right, to get it to the next level though, we need 30 ore and we need some more wind essence. And look at all these other cool swords that we can make. I don't know which one is nicer. Yay, a zombie! Yeah, don't worry. I don't expect everybody to be here on time. Anyway, we have a hero sword now.
This is what he got for settling down and finding people to care about. The kid's mum had been a swell cook, and she'd laughed at Renado's jokes, even when he didn't know he'd made one. And then the ravens had come to burn her. And she'd made him promise to protect the kid. But she never told him where the book was. Just the kid. He came up to a ledge. It was too far to jump. There'd been a bridge here before, hadn't there?
Bet you
And
he
there was
destroyed
Peter,
it.
giggling at him. How'd you get across? He asked the kid. Where'd you find a hook? I hopped, said the kid. Wise-ass kid. Hey, look out behind you! Q, said Renado.
Oh, he means it though.
Ravens.
Oh no, you don't.
It was time to talk some sense into the kid. Just hook his way across the ledge and chase the kid down.
Oh, I can't go that
Thing
way.
was, he hadn't used his hook since he'd retired. How had he done it? Maybe if he meditated at that altar there.
Yeah.
He'd remember his old skills.
Yes, this is rather conveniently placed one. Yes, spend your skills at the altar. Yes, we will discover many truths as we go along through this game. And of course we get a nice amount of skill info and how many skill points we have, how many we've earned, and the skill tier unlocks. But of course the only one that we can get at the moment is the hook shot.
It was starting to come back to him. Something you never completely forgot. Like how to freeze time when attacking. The more he fought, the more he'd probably remember.
And now we take a leaf out of the Legend of Zelda book and just hook shot across. There we go. Whee! It's almost kind of rhythmic.
And there was the Farfarer. She was the fastest ship he'd ever known. She could do the Kestra run in 12 furlongs. Well, so the salesman had told him.
See, it might as well be
Something told
with,
him
like, Star
the kid was
Wars
about to walk
references.
into an ambush. Stop! He shouted. I'm not giving you the book! Shouted the kid, and took off. No! Peter! But the kid ran for it, and a goggler nailed him with its eyebeam.
Well, shit. Whoa. That almost goggled me. And now I sliced it in half.
The book was unburned. Next to it were the buckles from the kid's shoes, and a kid-sized pile of ashes. Damn it. Why hadn't he lied and told the kid he'd take the book to the rebels? The kid would be alive now. Really pissed off and betrayed, but alive. Oh, damn it. Renado picked up the book. He couldn't let the Empire have it now. He was going to have to get it out of there. He'd be a wanted man. Probably have to join the rebellion just to have a place to dock. Well, he'd hated home life anyway.
Well, he was always giving off the air of somebody who didn't like the quiet life anyway, so you know, why not just go join a rebellion? Yes, this is one of those games where you can pretty much just run around and just smash everything. Well, not everything, just enough stuff.
What was the big deal about this book, anyway? Maybe he should open it and find out. All that had been years ago. How many? The war was a blur, and now 3 Raven scout ships were chasing him. "Where are you running, rebel?" cawed the Raven captain over the loud hailer. Renato could see them cranking up their catapults. "Just going out for milk?" Renato yelled back. "Where can you run?" laughed the Raven horribly. Far behind him, another city was burning. The dark cloud above its island was thousands of Imperial ships. The fleet was doing a thorough job. "Take us to the rebel base! I will spare your life!" it called. The entire jury-rigged rebel fleet was only a few islands to the east. Beyond that were only the pillars of heaven, a sea of endless blood-colored tornadoes. The rebellion was out of time, unless Renato could bring a game-changer. Maybe he could. Renato had found out where he could find the pieces of the Sky Ripper, the legendary weapon that had exiled the lost gods. Surely a legendary weapon could win the final battle. On the other hand, his old friend Lapino had sent Renato a desperate message saying he had a brilliant scheme to save the rebellion. If Renato could only rescue him. Renato dived the Farfarer towards the abyss. As he felt the heat of the jet stream, the Raven ships peeled off, not stable enough to follow him down there. Now it was time to choose. Lapino or the Sky Ripper?
So which one? That I will leave to you guys, so type something into the chat and tell me, who should we go for? Lapino? Or shall we go and find an ancient weapon and blow shit up with it? So, even though Lapino wasn't what anyone would consider a game changer, he could come up with some harebrained schemes. Maybe rescuing was worth it. Or an ancient artifact that defeated the lost gods would indeed be a game changer, though it was split into 2 pieces many years ago. Renato could rebuild it, but by first getting it armature. Hello, Howie. I'm playing the game that you gave me. I'm looking forward to this. So, we already have 1 vote for the ancient weapon. Anybody else? What other things? Currently got a vote for the ancient weapon. Okay, so it's now tied at friend. So I'm guessing Howie has the deciding vote. Do what you want as a pirate is free. Okay, so go for Lapino then? Alright, we're going for Lapino then.
Ah, Lapino. Apparently the Mad Rabbit had sold a Pegasus that he did not exactly own. Lapino always wiggled out of trouble given time.
Well, thanks, Sharpwing.
He was out of time. The Ravens had figured out that Lapino was a rebel spy. If the fleet reached him first, they'd string him up for that. Never mind the winged horse.
So, looks like it's bros before hoes then.
Lapino had apparently managed to confuse the judge by arguing that he hadn't actually stolen a winged horse. He'd only sold it. But wait, where was the prison? The village was empty. Had Had everybody fled the ravens? If I craft a sword now, it's going to be really short.
Yeah, we can also put gems in as well, because we've got gem socketing. Which is kind of pointless at the moment, because we don't actually have any gems. And there's only, like, what, 7 of them? Just a bit disappointing. I like the soundtrack of this game, it's really nice.
This was much easier than free climbing.
Tell me about it.
People were frightened these days. Just 2 weeks past, Reynardo had sneaked through an empty town and listened to the ravens caw about the Emperor's new taste in ritual sacrifice.
Pleasant, man.
Reynardo's blood was up. He just needed to smash something.
Smash it all! And this is one of those doors where you need to craft a particular sword in order to get through it. We will have to come back to that at another time, assuming we ever come back through here again. Can't use the altar at the moment because we've got nothing to use, or no levels to apply, so...
Can't we just agree to disagree? Said Reynardo. No?
No, you don't. Come here. No, no, you... No! Ha! Wait, is there one left? Oh, there he is. Ha!
Ravens were landing everywhere.
Not even
The
close.
advanced guard. He'd better get moving. If they got to Lupino first, they'd eat him for breakfast. Or a snack. Ravens weren't picky. If they got hungry, they sometimes forgot to interrogate their prisoners. Even top spies like Lupino. Where had the mad rabbit got to?
Rabbit snacks. Most preferred by ravens. Get it at your local depository now. I don't actually need the health, but I'm just picking it up anyway because it's like, well, I smashed the crate open to get it, I might as well take it.
Reynardo felt like he was ready to learn new things. Thank goodness he didn't have to go to school for that.
Okay, now we can learn how to dash.
It was starting to come back to him. Something you never completely forgot. Like how to freeze time when attacking.
Like that skill right there.
The more he'd probably remember.
Yes, some very nice looking skills. Run faster. This is very delicate. Hook shot, increase maximum stamina. More stamina. More health, even more health. Yes, some very nice stuff that we can unlock later. Ow! Hey! Oh no, you don't. Just got the achievement, show me your moves. Obvious reference is obvious.
A chill run down his back. Or possibly a flea.
health, thank you. Yes, there's some very nice lootage through there, but we don't have the right sword, so we'll have to come back later. Is the character a wolf or a fox? He's a fox. I know that much.
Could be the new aerobics craze. Am I right?
I don't know, maybe. Hang on, can I go back and use that? Or is the door locked off? Nope. Alright. You know what? I want to use this. So that sounds like fun. There he is!
Dirty and bloody, Renato finally reached Lapino. The rabbit was practicing his shuffle. Renato recognized the cards. It was Lapino's favorite deck. Oh, I thought you were in danger. I am! The ravens are coming. Oh, the prison thing. Right, yeah, see, this guard owed me 53 ducats, so we made a deal. They're very reasonable people, actually, for weasels. Now, I got a brilliant plan to kidnap Zenobia. We capture Zenobia, we find out what she knows, and that's the whole war right there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Capture the Emperor's greatest general, who also happened to be a deadly sorcerer and, oh, his only daughter. That would be worth it. On the other hand, he could still get to the core of the Sky Ripper, even if he couldn't get the whole thing. It must have great power.
So, what do we do? Do we go and capture the Emperor's only daughter and sorceress and general? It's quite a high prestige line of titles there. Or do we go and get the core of the Sky Ripper? What do you guys think? Because I'm gonna let you do the decision making. So which one? Maybe Lapino was right. Maybe they should go and capture the Emperor's only daughter and greatest general, Zenobia. Extracting intel out of her could turn the tide in the Civil War. Or, even though Renato could no longer get the Sky Ripper's armature, its core was still within reach, maybe he could still harness its power with Lapino's help. So we've got Howie and Era saying kidnap his daughter, and Era wants to go and get the core of the Sky Ripper. Any more votes for any more votes? Any more? Yes? No? Maybe? Counting down in 3, 2, 1.
Zenobia wasn't just the Emperor's daughter, of course. She'd been Renato's best friend in Sword Fu school.
Oh, of course she had.
And you're still mad for her. The rabbit reminded him. They'd been close. She'd told him things no one else knew. But she'd never told him who she really was. She knows all the Emperor's plans, chuckled the Master Spy. She won't give them up easily. She'll tell the interrogators, all right, said Lapino. Taking her would change the game, all right.
What could go possibly wrong with this? Well, I could probably come up with a list of different things, but whether or not they would ever happen or in that order...
The city was already under Zenobia's control. I had to admire her efficiency. Renato shivered at the thought of Zenobia at the mercy of the interrogators. Could he really turn her over to them? But this was war. It wasn't meant to be pretty.
Ooh. A fire essence. Well, I can't craft a fire sword just yet, but... You know, despite the fact that I've got this game settings on low at the moment, this is actually a very nice looking game. Whoa!
Hero ball. Hero sword. Ice wall. Ice cube.
Yeah, once again, I haven't got the right sword. Yeah. Ow! That thing zapped me! We've got a water essence, but it's not an ice cube. Please don't look at me. Please don't look at me. Please don't look at me. Don't look at me!
Who are you looking at?
All right. No one.
Yeah, thankfully these one-liners don't occur too often from what I've seen, so you're not going to be hearing them too much. Ow! That hurt!
So, what's this plan of yours?
Use me as bait.
Said Lupino. And he outlined a slightly complicated plan that involved geese, a net, setting the Farfarer a little bit on fire, Lupino dressing as an old blind toad, and Reynardo hiding inside a monstrous watermelon. What could possibly go wrong? Thought Reynardo.
Right, so, do we go for Lupino's geese net fire toad watermelon plan, or is this not the time for harebrained schemes? Personally, I would have said that his plan was a little convoluted and kind of pointless. But hey, I'm not the one making the decisions, you guys are. So, which one? The harebrained scheme, or maybe it's not time for that? Anybody? I would definitely go for the geese. Why does everybody think that sounds like a good plan? I honestly would have heard that and gone, that sounds like a terrible idea. Like I said, it just sounds really, really convoluted. Okay, so we're 1 for 1 at the moment, and I'm probably, I'm guessing Error's probably gonna go. I think it'd be fun to watch his plan. Alright.
Oh, this is gonna be fun, said Lupino, as he ran to go set up his marvelous plan.
Well, you guys were the ones deciding. I just hope you know what you're getting yourselves into. I don't have anything new there, so... give me some health. Thank you. Once I upgrade this hero...
Wasn't that good. Yet.
Those two weren't difficult to take care of. I love how he drags his sword. Oh, so it does slow down. You've just got to hold it. Ow! No. Do I get any more health? A little bit. Alright.
Reynardo felt dubious about the whole plan. With every step, he was waiting for it all to go horribly wrong. But against all odds, Lupino's idiotic plan worked. Zenobia's ravens ran off after the geese, the net dropped, and Reynardo jumped out of the watermelon and put his sword to Zenobia's throat. Reynardo, she said, are those new scars? They look good on you. You never returned my velvet jacket. It was my favorite. You look stupid in velvet. Oh, what does an imperial princess know about style? Oh, get a room, you two, said Lupino.
I think that's what everybody was thinking.
Was coming on fast. So they put Zenobia on the Farfarer and took her east over the Nexus. She'd vanished from Swordfu School, from his life, without even saying goodbye. Without ever telling him she was the Emperor's adopted daughter. Ah, Lapina was right, Renato thought reluctantly. She knows things. She recognized his look. You're taking me to the interrogators, aren't you? She said, wide-eyed. And then she jumped, with horror. Renato saw Zenobia plummeting. Then he saw the Nexus below them. Cats always land on their feet. Ah, she'll head for the Imperial outpost, yelled Lapino. You have to catch her.
You know, these loading screens haven't been too bad, considering. Do I feel like I'm in a place from World of Warcraft or
Cats
something?
can run faster, but foxes can run longer. If he ran, he could head her off before she reached her minions at the outpost. Well, he did love a good chase.
Oh, we always love a good run and a
Renato didn't
chase.
have vertigo.
It's just unfortunately for Renato, I have vertigo. I'm terrible with heights. Oh yeah, I forgot you could do that. Why bother about hacking them all to pieces when you can just dash through them all? Damn it, missed.
Of all the artisans he was creating employment for, truly, he was a job creator.
I think my friends are pretending to be each other again. They're crazy like that. Right, I think we've got enough to make a new sword. Oh, hang on, there was stuff I forgot to break. Hang on, can I?
Who needed bridges anyway?
Not me. Yeah, there was stuff I could have broken. There might be some ore. Yes, there is. Just keep breaking all the stuff. Yeah, by the looks of things, you don't actually fall off the platform if you stand on that for too long. It's just like, oh, there's massive effect. The platform crumbles as you step on it. What's das? Avoid the Warlock's fire spell! It will damage everyone in the area once it explodes. We can use that to our advantage. Ow! Whoa, flying raven! Well, I mean, I know ravens can fly anyway, but these ones aren't meant to. Yay, we leveled up. Now let's go see if we can remember something else. It really likes giving you a lot of health early on, doesn't it? I bet you that'll all change once we get to like later levels and things. It'll be like, nah, you're not having any more health.
This chest smelled kind of funky. He hoped he didn't get it in his clothes.
This chest smells rather funky. Dashes through them, misses every single one. Yeah, this dash is a little bit harder to control than I thought.
Smell her fear. He tried not to think about the interrogators at the secret base. What did they do to her? Maybe it didn't have to end that way. Maybe he could talk to her. But, after all, there were worse things the Imperials had done to friends of his.
Oh, thank you very much.
I wonder what I could make with all these sword crafting materials, thought Reynardo.
Yes, let's... No, not gems. Let's have a look. Well, we can't make any of these yet, but we can upgrade the sword, the hero sword. Hold right trigger to activate magic. Magic consumes energy, and then those buttons to switch, and then the D-pad to switch swords. Okay. Quickly recover health over time. Costs energy. Yes, now it looks nice. So effectively, this is now your healing sword. Well, that was fairly easy. Whew.
Reynardo reached the outpost. The Imperials there were no match for him.
Sweaty hands.
Soon after, Zenobia limped up the path. When she realized he was already in front of her, she didn't even try to run. Oh, you left without saying goodbye. Again, he said, "Please, you're enjoying this a little too much,"
I know.
she said, shaken. "Oh, spare us the chit-chat, would you?" said Lapino as he shackled her hands so she couldn't throw spells. She knows all his plans. All the way back to the Farfarer, Lapino nagged Reynardo about how the interrogators would pry all the intel out of Zenobia. How that would turn the tides in the imminent battle. All they had to do was take her to the rebels' secret base. Reynardo didn't like to think about what the interrogators would do to her. Couldn't he just talk to her?
So, what do we do now? Do we risk or avoid Zenobia getting a rather cruel fate and find somewhere private to talk to her? Or do we take her to the rebel base and hand her over to the interrogators? I'm sure it will be brutal. Quite brutal. I mean, if we try to talk to her, she might try and stab us in the back. But if we hand her over to the interrogators, we kind of are giving an old-time friend over to her death sentence. But such are the ways of war. So which one, guys? Which one? So Zombie's saying go with handing her over to the interrogators. No doubt Howie and Era will probably turn around and say, "Oh, let go and take her somewhere else and go and talk to her." So what say you guys? Or are they not paying attention? Let her be tortured. You guys are being very vindictive at the moment. Alright, well it seems to be a 2-to-1 at the moment. If Howie doesn't say anything differently. You want to see blood. Well, Howie's gone quiet, so it looks like we're taking her to the interrogators.
As they reached the ruins, Reynardo could see ravens everywhere, searching for the rebel base. They'd have to hide the Farfarer or go on foot. "What if we get separated?" asked Lapino, for once thinking ahead. "I'll throw you a map to the base." Reynardo told Lapino. "Reynardo, don't do this," said Zenobia. "We were friends once. We..." "Shut it, witch, or I'll shackle your mouth too," said Lapino. And then, a few moments later, they touched down.
Well then. This is a rather grim-looking place.
As Lupino pulled Zenobia off the Farfarer, Bernardo readied himself for the battle ahead. "I'm sorry I nicked your jacket," she said. "It's just... oh God. It's stupid, but... it smelled like you." "What?" he said, confused. "Then... why didn't you ride? Why didn't you far speak?" "Oh, save the romantic nostalgia. Let's go!" shrieked Lupino. So Renato launched himself down the path to the secret base.
Yeah, now we start getting energy fruits, which is always nice. Right. Attack immediately when a previous attack hits to land a perfect strike. Counterattack now causes damage, increased life. Let's run
Missed
faster.
his old skills. He welcomed them back like it was at a reunion.
I don't think I really want to go that way. There was a hero door back here. Let's go through this one. Ooh, just as well we did do that. Would have missed some goodies. And some fire essence. Nice. Oh, and some... let's just get some energy even though we don't need it.
Boom.
Boom. Oh, well there goes my dinner. Ooh, more fire essence. I think he wants me to create a fire sword next. Which way? I spy 2 treasure chests, but I think we'll go this way.
I need more materials, thought Renato.
Ooh, hello. Well, that wasn't too difficult. How many more materials I need? I need another 3 to get the fire sword. Shouldn't be too difficult.
He'd once met a pirate captain. He used hooks to get around his ship. Oh, what was his name again?
Captain Hook? I think that might have been his name? Right. Now we can make a fire sword! Now we can go burn things! Mwah. These ravens really are just making
They
it
caught
too
their
easy.
breath. "It's beautiful," she said, looking at the ruins. "This used to be the library of Ubar," he said. "Before your father's ravens smashed it." "Do we have to talk politics?" she asked. "That's not how I want to remember you," she said with an odd, wistful look at her face. She was as beautiful as she'd ever been, and as brave. Peppino huffed. They got back on the trail.
Well, this is what you guys wanted. Now we got them bloody peepers.
Sleep tight, thought Renato.
Indeed. Did again? And even more dead! And another dead! Whoa! And I was almost dead. Yeah, sorry, I started getting a bit too cocky there. He's gonna turn right around, but he thankfully didn't see me, because stuff actually blocks line of sight. Hang on. Let's heal ourselves.
Check. Pointy? Check. Flexible? Check. What else do you need in a sword?
Magic? Magic.
Long stairs. So he was close to the rebel base. Nothing was on fire. So far, so good.
Ow! Ow! Quick, switch swords!
He needed some way to break the ice with this wall.
That's it! Burn all your other ravens alive! Phew! That could have gone badly. Damn it, not enough energy.
As they made their way to the secret rebel base, Renato felt strange. Zenobia was his prisoner, yet somehow she felt more like an old friend. He wanted to tell her all his secrets, but suddenly the ruins lit up with thousands of fireworks. There was a thunderous roar and dust rose. The caves were collapsing. The caves? You've been playing me? Renato said, and he stared at Zenobia. I'm sorry, she said, and she seemed almost embarrassed. Then everything went dark. When Renato came to, he had a terrible headache. Also, Zenobia's sword was at his throat. And her shackles were gone. So was Lapino. The terrible thing is, he said, I really have missed you. Now that we've destroyed the rebellion, would you consider becoming an advisor to the Emperor's daughter? I'm no one's servant. Everybody serves. Even if it's only destiny. I like to choose my own destinies, he said. The whole point of a destiny is you can't choose. Oh, never mind.
Some people just defy destiny.
Look, if I see you again, I'll have to kill you. He watched her ship soar away. He would see her again, he decided. Even if he had to fight his way across the entire fleet.
And that's just what we're gonna do. Time to go and get a little payback, methinks.
The Imperial fleet was cleaning up the few rebel remnants. For only a moment,
I actually noticed he's cleaning
he
over
thought
them.
about running. Ah, but heroes don't run, even when the world is against them. even when their cause is hopeless and their efforts futile and pointless and useless and death painful and guaranteed. He's decided to stop thinking for a while.
Yeah, I think I would probably still stop thinking for a while after that too. Well, we can't go through that door because we don't have the right sword.
Reynardo felt like he was bursting with knowledge. But what kind?
You know what? Let's increase our health. I think we could do with a boost. Let's get some goodies, shall we? Yeah, definitely wants us to create the ice sword next, methinks. Yes, thank you. I'd like to move.
Or kill the fox! Called the ravens. At least they're original.
Hey! Gotcha!
Reynardo had learned so much. It was time to turn it into something he could use.
But can I go back and use it, though? Oh, yeah, I can. Counter an attack now causes damage. Sounds good to me. Let's just use a bit of energy to try and heal up a bit. And now we took the shortcut.
If they didn't want their things broken, they really ought to make them stronger.
If you don't want me to break your shit, you shouldn't have left it lying around in the first place. Oh well, now we're pretty much back at full health. Let's switch back to the fire sword. Hello, what's back here?
He wished there were more pylons he could use the hook on. They really needed to construct additional pylons.
Yes, he did just say that. Oh, I want that ore. Now where the hell am I?
Wish that somebody had been watching.
Well, I was. Did that not help? Oh, can't go through there yet, so I guess we'll just have to step on that then. Oh, we're back here again. Oh, and more fighting. Well, we are getting close to the end now, so... Ow! Ow!
There were stickers all over the platform for really hot lady foxes, with pictures and addresses and everything.
Ah! Right, you can die. Now, I don't want to die. Ow!
Should have died a pirate, he thought.
Damn Damn it! Oh well, restart with the checkpoint. Get over here!
Renaro's arm was sore, his armor wet with raven blood.
Whoop.
He was tired of death. But death was not yet tired of him. The rebels were losing. Badly. In some other universe, Renaro thought, he and Zenobia had left Sword Fu School together, taken other names and sailed off into the mists. Not this Zenobia, and not him. For him, there was nothing to do but forge ahead. Kill the Emperor and end this.
Oh, if only things like that were a possible thing. Always working on the what ifs and rather than the what has. Right, well at least we're fully healed now. Giving me an awful lot of stuff to replenish with, is it?
I'm a firefox.
Ow! And this firefox is almost dead! Want to be hit by this. I am so going to die.
Soon he'd confront the Emperor. Funny that this whole war had come about because the Emperor feared death. And now it was coming for him. There was some sort of lesson there, wasn't there?
Shield grunts will block your attacks. Grab and throw another grunt into him and his shield will be knocked away. Thank you. Well, that wasn't too bad. Must go kill the Emperor!
At last, he reached the Emperor's ship. Zenobia was there. Why'd you have to come back? She said, guess I'm just serving my destiny. He shrugged. You don't even know what that word means. She said, do you ever wonder if things have been different all the time? She said, and drew her sword. In the end, Bernardo lay bleeding out on the deck. Zenobia sat by his side, upset. What are you so upset about? He asked. You wouldn't understand. Why didn't you tell me you were going to leave school? I was afraid you'd convince me not to. I guess I'll have to buy you a drink in the halls of the Valiant then, he told her. And then he was gone.
Aww.
Okay, that was weird. He could have sworn he just died. Instead, he was on the Farfarer, sailing away from Ubar. And it was still burning. He'd fled burning Ubar years ago, hadn't he? And now he was back there. Had all those years fighting the Empire been nothing but a vision into the future? A useful vision if it was true. He'd learned something. Zenobia still had feelings for him.
We learned something here. So, all that was just a vision of the future. Technically, none of it happened. It was a very sort of real vision. But we did learn one thing, though. Zenobia still has feelings for us. But there are 3 other truths we need to learn before we can finally unlock our true destiny. As you can see, we've got a little Zenobia statue, which I just realised lights up if you hover over that. And yes, before anybody actually asks, these are all potential endings. There are 24 different outcomes to this story. 25 if you count the true ending. So yes, Zenobia has feelings for Reynardo. With that in mind, shall we try again?
He'd made bad choices. But now, when the real battle came, he wouldn't make those choices. He wouldn't make the same mistake twice. The book's pages began to flip backwards, towards the beginning. And he realized that his adventure was just beginning. The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Or so a scholar in the mountains had told him. Surely the weapon that banished the lost gods could defeat the Emperor. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Emperor had brought the Sky Ripper pieces up out of ancient burial by his obscene rituals. Could this be where the Iblis Stone was hidden? Someone better get it before he does, thought Reynardo. On the other hand, his old friend Lupino needed rescuing. Lupino was no game changer, but could Reynardo really leave an old friend to the Ravens?